Howdy, all over the world. Hey, welcome to the first take of the Mangler 5000 episodes. I've been all over the world, and I'm back from vacation in Korea and Japan, which was fun, but boy oh boy, making 6 videos in 2 days is not fun. So anyone who kind of wants to do like YouTube full-time and they get depressed, I totally understand, because it's something where it's just exhausting. But here we are, we're back in action. Hello chat, hello YouTube, hello everything. We're gonna look at the Mangler today. So the only change that is different from it this time around is now that it can be crit boosted. But instead of giving crits, it gives mini crits where it would normally crit as well. So if we just look at the weapon, you have infinite ammo and all that stuff. But basically what's important to note, that witness when I shoot this guy with a direct hit with this thing, it does 122 damage. So basically I'm spending 4 clip to do 1.35 damage of 1 rocket, which means the sound this thing makes is actually weaker than this. Because if I shoot at the soldier, well, now he died, but you can see that I did 100 and something, and then you do like almost the same. And also you can use this to build rage meter, and a cool little thing that I saw, if you light them on fire and then you blow the horn, they all take mini crit after burn damage. So of course the downsides with this weapon, like most of you know, is that it sucks against buildings. It only does like 20% damage, which means you're gonna be spending more than twice the many, wait, hold on. Yeah, more than twice the amount of rockets needed to kill something. Because 1 rocket you would need, yeah. So basically like mini sentries fuck you up, and hopefully we didn't see too many of that. So let's just go into the first replay demo from our friend Enigmas. It's just gonna show us some total bullshit of how this weapon doesn't work at all. So hope you guys are okay in the chat, if everything is working great. Cool. So don't mind the air rapes. Here we have the Mangler, gonna be picking that up. Yeah, nice. There it is. And then of course you have the right click ability, which to some people feels like this. I'm just gonna go forward here, and of course, oh, there's a sentry and stuff. Let's disable the sentry with the super blast that hurts everything. But what's this? Once the fog clears, the wrangled sentry. I can't do much about that now, can we? So Enigmas bolts out of there, and there's the swastika of sentries in the sky. But oh, we have Gimpy and a bunch of other guys lined up, ready to shoot. And we shoot at it, and we summon a penetrator who kills all of us, and that's how the Mangler works. Thank you and good night. Okay, so that wasn't really how it worked. We're gonna look at someone else instead. Who's gonna be inspecting it and playing it in a proper game that just isn't a bunch of nonsense. So here we have Koosting, and he's gonna be using this on CP Freight here, a map that I like. It's not, it's super good, but we don't play it enough, so it's fine. And he's gonna be using it against sentries, because keep in mind you're good at disabling stuff and supporting your team, but not necessarily killing anything. So you can see that he goes in, and then he uses the shotgun to kind of finish this off. The engineer decides, I'm on fire, I'm gonna run, and then dies. And you ask like, wow, couldn't you have been way more effective by just using the rocket launcher to destroy that sentry? And the answer is absolutely yes. You totally could do that. But you can see there's a lot of enemy sentries here. And we're gonna see one of the few times where actually it matters. So he goes down, disables this. Not sure if the scout, the scout actually knows that it's being disabled, so he just runs down and he's able to kill it.
Teamwork.
And that is good teamwork. So if you played on the pub and you disable the sentry, and the guy standing in the choke, who's basically been standing there all game, goes, Let's retreat at full overheal and fully loaded weapons, guys. So once again, there's a sentry around that corner. He hits a couple of engineers. Keep in mind that it's not worth it to use the right click to kill people. It's best to just maybe light the occasional spy on fire and disable sentries. Otherwise, stay the hell away from the right click. It's not good. Regular left click is better. So there's a sentry up there, mini sentry. Of course, any kind of sentry is a major problem when you do like 18 damage worth of damage to it. So it's not much at all, actually. It's very little. But luckily we have the shotgun here. And normally this is also it's kind of counterintuitive as well for the soldier, because if you listen to the Valve commentary, they mentioned that they designed the soldier to be like a long-range answer to sentries. Basically like the best alternative to destroying sentries. Long range was originally meant to be the rocket launcher. However, this rocket launcher fucking sucks at it. So that is something you will get to experience if you ever try this. However, this could be a viable option if you're playing against a very competent enemy team and your spies can't get close to the sentries, and because of pyros, and then you might be able to get a lucky one of these off. So here we go, charging it up. Send that shit to GPS, because that was awful. Electric Mace showing us how to get fucking owned in the game. Right. So this is actually one of the more interesting ones. So because this weapon doesn't require ammo, and this player here is using the Conjurer, you can actually stay on top of this roof as long as you like. And this is going to be Esteban Fails More, by the way. So I'm just going to fast forward here. And it's going to show us something really cool that I actually hadn't thought about. So he's charging the laser. Of course, it fires. There you go. And then he has full rage. The gates have been open for 4 seconds, and he has full rage already because he hit the mother load of mini crits and burned people, and it just instantly gave him all that damage. So now he has to do something with it, right? So he goes in, he wants the medic dead, kills him, and then here would be a good time to just get out of there, but Esteban fails more. He's like, you know what, I wanted the heavy as well, and now would be a great time to just retreat and get your health back, but then you just get hit by a soldier who hits him twice, and then he dies. But regardless, that was a very good usage of using this weapon to build very quickly. Like this could like if you'd use the, let's say the buff banner, which just gives you regular mini crits, which means that your right click becomes your left click, just minus the fire every shot. You can use this like when gates open on defense to build a crazy amount of rage right off the bat, and it works with all banners. So this is an electric mace here, and he's going to be firing a shot. Oh, look at this. Oh, there's the medic. Fire! And lots of damage. Oh, he gets headshotted immediately. But he did do mini crits, and maybe he wouldn't have the time to doodle the didn't. He wouldn't have time to fire 2 shots instead of just 1. So in those situations where, you know, like if you peek, you're dead, then firing the mini crit and being able to one-shot like scouts and medics and stuff, if you hit properly with all the afterburn and they don't have enough overheals and stuff, it's gonna be fine. But what is this? Is this a Soundsmith video? Gee, GPS, I didn't know you were into that stuff. No, actually, I hate the map, but this is I Made Sandwich, and he's playing here, and he runs into a bit of a problem there because he doesn't have a secondary weapon. So whips this guy, and he's go, oh, fuck. And then he dies, and he's like, perfect! 16 days that we can gather demos and send the best, crispiest, great, awesome place of the Cow Mangler to HiGPS, and that's the garbage they fucking send me. High tower, and it sucks. It's like you took a trash can and full of trash and you put it in a slightly bigger trash can, so there we go, double trash. Anyway, this is Ericichon, yes, and he is going to be showing us the great combination of conch combined with the Cow Mangler, so you have like infinite ammo and potentially infinite health as well. And of course, it's playing Harvest, so there isn't going to be a whole lot of resistance here because people who play Harvest, well, they aren't very good in my opinion. Not in my opinion, my experience. It's just staying on top of the roof here and doing a lot of damage. We're going to see that this actually pays off quite a bit. So it's being forced back to his own... Oh wait, actually we're just going to fast forward through. So yeah, that's right, that's the first round. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this is the first one. I forgot to go forward with the tick. So he just won the first round, and then we're going to look at what I said. So he's going to go on top of the roof here, and the medic is good at dodging. You can see he hit him for 65 there, hits another, so that's more than the 135% damage you do in that one blast plus afterburn. Then he shoots, bothers this pyro, whacks him in the face, and here maybe he will go and do what I said he would. Alright, so he jumps up, yes! Right here, he can stay for as long as he likes. Infinite ammo and infinite health, as long as you don't dip below that 200. That 200, you're gonna be fine. Normally, like, a lot of players are very, like, it's very much in your reflex to go and gather ammo and gather health, and usually when maps are designed, ammo and health spawns together, but right now you can kind of fight that urge as long as you just occupy space and stuff like that. So he does an unnecessary shot there and helps kill some stuff. And like when you do the super shot in order to kill somebody, you basically have a single point of failure instead of like 2 points of failure, basically, because you need to hit 2 rockets to make up for that one super blaster. I mean, it looks cool and it feels powerful, but it's not as powerful. Staying up here, and now the enemy team is just taking a pounding, and the answer is like, how do you deal with such immense spawn camp? Like, how do you get out of spawn if this is the case? Well, what you do is that you just go like soldier, demo man, or heavy, and you just get a medic with like a vaccinator or something, and then you just attack. Whenever you just hold that W button and you run out, and that's it. We can also see one pyro has utilized the strategy of running out. But then the other guys don't, so he's checking for spies and find a spy. There's a pyro decided to not shoot him with the flare because this is Harvest and this is the type of place we're getting. He's like, I'm gonna aeroblast him and then turn my ass to him. I'm gonna do the taunt where I fart, even though I didn't have the jetpack equipped. Whoops, my mistake. So you can see this is a very good, like, self-sustained place. You can just stay here all you want, jump away. When you're in trouble, jump back. No need for no ammo. And then, of course, you build a rage, so that means, like, as long as you just keep shooting, you will be able to heal up. Let's see here, he's about half health. Let's see how many rockets he needs to get back to full. So he's like, yeah. If he would have fired a couple of more rockets, he would have gone back up to full health. So combining this with the rage and actually getting the rage is really good for just being annoying and just, like, having incredible sustain. But the weakness is, of course, that if you don't have rage and people jump you and they have more damage output than you do, then you're gonna fucking die. However, this is Harvest, so this doesn't happen, so that's fine. And it's like, yeah, sniper! Dies. You get 10 seconds left. You think they're gonna win? The answer is yes. So that's a pretty good demonstration of one such situation where you can stay in a low or zero ammo environment with like a backpack and just stay there all by yourself. The lonesome warrior all by yourself. You against the world and winning. It could be pretty great. Anyway, this is going to be Robsan85, and it's going to showing us the skills of disabling sentries that you could have just killed or destroyed with the regular rocket launcher whenever you fucking felt like it. So here we are on Upward. Robsan is just, there we go, shoots this. And then he has, like, yeah, okay, the engineer's repairing it. All right. So we saw the marks for the repair. That means the engineer is on the other side. So if we decide to go through here, we can see that there's the engineer. So this is actually a very shit spot, because even let's say we have the regular rocket launcher here, we can just stay here and just go boop boop, 2 rockets, the engineer's dead, boop boop, the sentry's kaput. All right, so let's see how Robsan decides to engage this. So he's gonna first shoot at nothing, and then he's like, wait, hold on, I gotta reload. All right, so he's gonna shoot it with the reserve shooter because he has the faster weapon switch, even though the panic attack would have been better. So he goes around the corner, kills the engineer, and then the sentry dies to the other soldier who was on the flank, and then he tried to whip the teleporter and gets sniped by Helton 08. So in situations like that, it's like, yeah, it's good that you can disable it, but there's no point in disabling a gun that you're very close to, and also when the engineer is closer to you than the sentry is to you, right? Because normally the engineer would be behind the sentry, not in front of it. So that was one of those places where the engineer had pretty poor positioning. So this is Enigma's. Fires! Oh my god, dude, that was oh, let's watch that again in real time.
3, 2, 1.
Incompetence surrounds me.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow, oh wow. Enigmas, you have the best teammates, I gotta say. It's like, it couldn't have been more perfectly timed. And like all sports enthusiasts would say about when something remotely interesting happens, you can't make this up. He's like, of course I can. He jumps in front of the gun as you shoot. Look, I just made it up, dummy. All right, so Enigmas is here, and look at this. This is, so the soldier jumps, and then he gets random critted. Oh yeah. Cool. Ah! Wow. Okay. Skills. Enigmas, bring it home. Bringing home the bacon for all of us to enjoy. Wow. Okay, so we went from total teammate sabotage to just fucking luckiest shot of your life. Anyway, this is going to be Shakira the Penguin, where he would have probably had a better result if he'd used the rocket launcher. So this is Swiftwater. Gates are about to open. Here we go. And let's see what type of he's using. A gunboat. So he's going for jumps, right? So that means mini sentries. There's no point. Like, you don't deal with it. You're not going to spend a lot of ammo doing this. So he now has a very good angle of hitting the sentry and disabling it, and he has a heavy in the right position. So what this requires is your teammates to actually know that the sentry's been disabled, right? So you see that the heavy, he's there, and he actually takes out the sentry. So that was a nice little job there, nice little
Teamwork.
So this is really useful for like long range stuff, but like I said, if you're close range, it's better to, you see like you do like 18 damage, right? Even with the full like super blast, you still do just like 18 damage, which means you're gonna need a lot more shots to make up for those puny 18 damages. And then he gets sniped by Robin Wolf. So he might have had better results there, long range, like killing the engineer from afar and then destroying the sentry from afar, but it worked. So I would say that this right click is about a 50-50 usefulness. Like if the enemy has a very strong sentriness that is fucking untouchable, yes, sure, go for it. So this is going to be Palex, and he's going to be using this on the buff banner on defense here on Barn Blitz. So the gates have opened a little bit ago. Spots this spy here who shoots his pea shooter at him, and then he dies. So there we go. So of course the buff banner is really... Every time! How many times are we going to see that? Where at least like a teammate's like, oh, fuck's gonna run in front of you. And then we also have the crit screen. Keep in mind, the major change, which is the reason why we're reviewing it, is that now this thing can be crit boosted. However, how many demos have we seen where some medic has crit boosted our cow mangler? 0. So we shoot something, doesn't hit anything, and then he falls back. So the main reason a lot of people suck with this weapon is that they spend a lot of 4 ammo to do 1.35 ammo, right? So instead of shooting 2 rockets, you shoot 4 and then accomplish less damage than you did with the 2. However, there are some like different fall-offs with the crit, so you might get lucky, but overall, not that much. If you can just fight the urge to use the right click on anything but sentries and maybe try to ignite like an invisible spy, then you'll be in good shape. However, if the other, like if there's if there's another enemy soldier on the other team that is killing your, wrecking your shit, and he's using the comm angler, just ruin his fun and switch to engineer and put on the gunslinger and just poop out the mini sentries, and he'll be crying and saying that mini sentries aren't fun, and you'll be like, well, shit. Alright, so he now has the rage and the heavy's already shooting and he decides to just go for it. Gonna give mini crits to his friend here and protect him from getting backstabbed maybe. Well, the spy, did he die? No, yes. The spy is indeed dead, but the spy is such an enigma's character and he's an enigma, so we never know if he's dead or not. The best question is that he's probably useless. Hey!
Finish him.
Wrong key, but I'll take it. Giving him a whip. Alright, so we can see that on defense, this one works with pretty much every rocket launcher. Pretty much. But keep in mind that if you are the kind of soldier that are not particularly careful about not picking up the ammo and stealing it for the engineers, thus preventing the engineer from picking up 200 metal, thus preventing him from upgrading his sentry to level 3, preventing him, which is that in case then prevents your team from actually defending, then using the Cow Mangler with a backpack will make you never pick up any ammo, which is good, so it means you can just run over health packs and ammo packs as much as you want. So this is methamphetamine, yes. And this is like the saddest thing you'll ever see, right? So the medic's on fire, there's a pyro here. But we kill the pyro and the medic's like, get to the health. All right, question. Is the medic gonna live? Or is the medic gonna die? Oh, this is so sad. The medic died in front of the health. Oh no. Oh, what a bummer. Alright, then we're gonna. Oh shit, we are. No. Stuff like that. Okay. So that was just a sad story. That was just very, very sad. So let's look at a bit of a happier note, right? Let's look at methamphetamine doing some sentry busting. Oh yeah, sentry busting is cool. Busting makes me feel good. I see a lot of F's in the chat. That's good. So this is methamphetamine once again here on CP Freight. Trying to do some fancy rocket jumps. Can't really manage it, but do that. And look at this, 3 rockets and he's dead. If you would have fired at the French baguette with the super shot, you would have not have made it. Let me go on the side here. Oh, but there's a sentry down in the corner, so we're gonna just go and disable. All right, we hit the engineer, and he buggered out of there, so that means we can. Wait, hold on. Shoot at it's like, oh, well, he's repairing it. How do we solve this? There's a pyro here who can't really air blasts. That's fine. And the medic's like, yep, sentry's still there. All right, here we go. All right, the sentry's disabled. Go, 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 yes! Got it. Could have done the same with the rocket launcher, but who cares? Sometimes disabling the gun is better than destroying it, actually. Speaking of disabling, we're gonna disable another one. Out of the way! Oh, Uber. No tickles for you, mister. Okay, come on. There we go. There's the victory. Top fragger with his medic friend Wilson sharing the first place. Winning. Nice bit of showcasing, but like there's no point in disabling a sentry if nobody's gonna capitalize on it. And I'm sure if you tried this as well, I mean, you shoot the thing and then nobody on your team even notices that the gun is disabled and they can go in, which is really really frustrating. So here we have the only demo where we see a Kritzkrieg this thing, because keep in mind, having this Kritzkrieg is the same as the buff banner. You do the same amount of damage, so here we go. How is Stu for $2 gonna spend his hard-earned crits? He's gonna shoot the heavy for 61, 96. He's gonna do less damage than a regular rocket, in fact. And then he shoots him with the panic attack, and that was it. So, Kritzkrieg, Doesn't totally screw over the medic, it just kind of screws over the medic with the mini crits. Why the Cow Mangler in the first place didn't really have, or made it so that you couldn't use it for crit screen, really didn't make a lot of sense to me. So I think, like, because it has infinite ammo, but when do you ever run out of ammo for a soldier? I guess it's to prevent like camping on a high ground and just having crits up there all the time, but I hardly see that as an issue. So I think for the balanced server, we're gonna change that. We're gonna make it so that it still doesn't random crit. We're gonna make sure that you can be crit boosted by crit screen, because I don't want to have a weapon in the game that could potentially screw over the medic. Imagine if there was like a weapon I was like, yeah, if you use this, you can't get Ubered. So it feels like a really tatted on like downside, when it's like the right click is actually more of a sabotage for yourself than it is for a help. And most people just prefer the regular rocket launcher anyway, so it's like regular rocket launcher but infinite ammo, but you can disable sentries and you don't do any damage to buildings. Like the regular rocket launcher is just so good at destroying mini sentries too, so just like the 20% damage on buildings is enough downside in of itself. And I'm not even sure it needs like this disable sentry thing. It's just like an interesting thing. But we'll check that out, so I'll let you know when that goes live, and we can give that a go and see if it's broken, or see if we can break it. Anyway, we go back here and we see the soldiers is like very meticulously placing himself there, and we don't see the pro panic attack usage for the soldier where you fire it almost at the same time as you do the rocket launcher. Be sure to check out the first LAME episode. The first look at my excellence with that. So here goes, 2 for $2, dies. But he was the only one that got crits and only killed a heavy with it. So we're gonna give Stu for $2 a way to redeem himself, to come back in the game and be good at the game, yes. So here we are on Mercenary Park. Gonna run forward here. Here comes the enemy entourage of attackers. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, taking a lot of damage there. I'm gonna go back and get healed, and oh, medic snipe! Sniped him. Oh, he lost his own medic though, but he killed the other medic and then he died. But that was a juicy snipe. I'm not sure if he would have killed the medic if he didn't use that super shot. Who knows? So that was all the user submitted ones. Thank you for submitting those. Even though yours didn't get featured, it was very informative and interesting to see how little impact this gun actually had on most of your playstyle. Because like, even though some of you submitted pretty good like kill streak kits or streaks where you just killed everybody, you could, like in those demos, you could have done the exact same thing with the rocket launcher. So there was like no real reason to show it, because we wanted to showcase the strengths and weaknesses of the Cow Mangler, not just the usage of a rocket launcher in the game. So here we're going into the infamous Barnbliss last, and okay, mini sentries, I can't do shit about those. Like, there's no point in trying, because I'll just waste my time. I'm better off something else. And then the medic Ubers me, he's like, what am I gonna do? All right, fine, let's try. Okay, so we're gonna go and disable this. And then we have the reserve shooter, and he's gonna kill his engineer. Yeah, we got him! And then all of the buildings remain. But hopefully they fall, so. So let's go with another one. This is shortly after, where we are pushing, and for the first time, like, my team actually did something with the disabling I did, because a lot of times I would have a clear shot at the sentry disabling it, and then my team would just like not attack or not even notice. I need some help. So I'm just gonna go up here, and there's a mini sentry there, and look at this, the heavy is firing, right? And then we disable it, and then the heavy's like, oh, it stopped shooting, I can go forward. All right, cool. And then that was pretty good.
Teamwork.
Yeah, it's very good, very nice. Stuff like that is pretty good when you have like sentries long range and you don't have a spy that's able to do much. Stuff like that works pretty well. And then we're gonna go forward here, and you can see that I have to spend a lot of ammo trying to get this engineer, and I can't. And so I'm gonna try and disable it, and then fucking Mr. Bushwhacker here comes down and just fucking pummels me into the ground. Just like holds my head and just down on the ground. But with that, we're gonna look at actually my my sentry disabling will save the game and make us win the round on Barn Bliss last, actually. So let's see how exactly that happens. So here we are. It's only a minute left on the clock. We're still kind of pushing. But, oh no, do you hear that? That is the sound of pain. That's the sound of a sentry. And there's a sentry up on the high ground there. I'm gonna try and kill our bushwhacker guy, and there's a sentry up there. Alright, so I'm gonna actually put this into drive. Wait, I'm gonna fire first. There we go. Boom! And then I'm gonna have to bail out of there because I'm taking damage. But look at this, it's being disabled. And look at this, this allows my soldier to keep an extra capture time on it. And they pushing. The sentry is disabled. And I die. But my team pushes on to victory! And that was good. I mean, we won. Cool. So that was the only time where this actually mattered. And I think having one soldier with the Cow Mangler on, if you're trying to push the last of Barn Blitz, which is notoriously difficult, then by all means go for it. However, you might need just sentry destroyers to do so. Anyway, that was the Cow Mangler episode. It's pretty good for what it does. It's not good against buildings, and it doesn't give you random crits. So if you're a bitch like me who totally needs the reliance on random crits to be good at the game, then that could be a crutch too, because you suddenly won't do 3 times the amount of damage. But so far it's pretty good. I'm not sure about why you can't crits it, because he kind of seems to screw over Kritzkrieg medics. We'll see exactly why in the next playtest that we will do. I think after this, when this episode is over and I cut the stream, we're going to do a bit of a playtest together. I'm not sure how well my internet connection works when I'm streaming, as well as hosting the server on my machine. That's why the stream is going down. So with that out of the way, let's take a look and see what kind of video we'll be doing next week, because we covered most of the stuff. And let me just see. There we go. It loaded the wrong spreadsheet. Stupid me. All right, so we covered the Cow Mangler. And then we have covered, I forgot to do this. Who do we have left? Oh my god, we have just awful stuff left. Wow. So it's either god. All right, we're gonna do the shitty ones for last. So next week we're gonna do a scout episode again, and it's going to be no other weapon than the flying guillotine. It got a change in the Jungle Inferno update, and we're gonna see exactly how much of a change that have impacted our playstyles. So you can use whatever combinations you want with this weapon, and you just have to do stuff that wasn't normally possible without using this weapon. Cool. Raffle link. We have a couple of strange, or how many did we have? Yes, we have 4 strange Cow Manglers that's going to be raffled away after this episode. So if you stay in the stream, you will get in the stream chat. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description below at the very bottom of the description. And then you can grab yourself a Cow Mangler and yeehaw, shoot some stuff. Next week, gonna be the flying guillotine.